Dollop is brought to you by Helix Sleep.
Oh, Dave.
Gareth, we both have Helix mattresses. We both love our Helix mattress. We both have the Duck's Lusk.
The Duck's Lux, yeah.
Duck's Lusk, which means we can swap at each other's houses and sleep in the same
I've been
bed.
very clear that that is not what that means.
And we're doing it.
We're not. We're no longer going to try to do it, is what the deal was.
Bringing the dogs. The dogs also love the mattresses. My kid loves the mattress because he asked for his own, which we got him.
Yeah.
My wife loves the mattress. Everybody sleeps great on the mattress.
We love it. The best.
I have 19 dogs. They all fit on the mattress.
Yeah.
And you can go on and they have a little quiz for you to find out what's the best mattress for you. If you
Easiest quiz you'll ever take.
cold or hot or how you sleep on your back or
Yep. And that's it. That's it. Really. They don't really even ask that. Nope. We don't need to get into that. So
on my forehead.
All right.
And they got a mattress for that. It comes to your house.
It's like
it's
how owls
delivered, free delivery, and you open it up in the box and poop, bam, pow. There's a mattress.
Poop is the first way to say that it comes out like poop.
And you got to clean up the poop when it's done.
No, it's not what happens. They don't want us to say that.
Well, it takes one on the floor.
No, it doesn't.
It's alive.
How to tell it's working.
But it's very comfortable. They also have great mattresses. My sleep is awesome now. It really is.
Pillows.
And I wear an Apple Watch sleep tracker, and the sleep tracker is like, yeah. Sleep tracker says yes, it's the mattress.
I wear a Three Stooges set of pajamas to bed with the sleeping cap.
So look, obviously we've sold you on the mattress. So here's what you're going to do.
We did a good job.
25% off statewide, plus 2 free dream pillows with any mattress purchase, free bedding bundle.
Well, let's
2 dream pillows, a sheet set, and a mattress protector with any Luxe or Elite mattress order. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna helixsleep.com/ here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to helixsleep.com/dollop. That's helixsleep.com/dollop.
Like we always say, Helix, don't sleep on it.
I never said
As
that.
in sleep on it.
We
so
don't
you
say
should
that.
sleep on it. It's a slogan.
It's upsetting.
A lot of the companies are happy with the slogan pitches.
It is upsetting. Gareth, we are also brought to you by Aura.
Dave.
We're talking about digital frames.
Dave.
These things are awesome. Particularly for, I like them. We have them around our house now. But for grandparents, parents.
Let me ask you this. What's better? Having one picture in frame or having a bunch of pictures in a frame? It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, look, you can set it up. So we gave my mom one, and I can just upload photos onto it. So she gets the pics.
And I gave your mom one with a bunch of pics.
And the police are still looking into that. I have to be honest, because that is considered a crime. What you did. Right now we're talking about nice pictures. I can put up kids of the grandkid. I can put up pictures from my mom of other people's
Holiday
grandkids.
Season. Holiday season. Hello.
Pictures of fruit and trees.
Well, a great thing to do is to do what you did. You just put for your mother or your grandparent or whatever. You put in the pictures. You give it to them. What a lovely gift.
And it's super easy to get started. And the tech is great. You can upload photos right from your phone. Just a simple click. So it's great. No memory cards, no USBs, none of that stuff is required. Wirecutter named it the #1 best digital photo frame. So for a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code DOLLOP at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code DOLLOP. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is their best offer of the year. Don't miss out. Terms and conditions apply.
Thank you.
And called it, quote, his jam pad.
Jam pad?
I'm the fucking hippo guy.
Dave, okay.
My name's Gary.
My name's Gary.
Wait.
Is it for fun?
And this is not going to become the Tiggly podcast.
Okay.
This is like anarchy.
On a 5-part coefficient.
My rules of play.
Now hit him with the puppy. You both present sick arguments.
No sleep till hippo.
No sleep till hippo.
Action partner.
Hi, Gary.
No.
Nicely done, my friend.
No. Roder in the court.
You're listening to The Dollop on the All Things Comedy Network. This is an American history podcast where each week I, Dave Anthony, read a story from American history to my chum.
Gareth Reynolds, who has no idea what the topic is going to be about and is having his personal space violated.
Well, it's
I came all the way here not to be rubbed.
It's a calming rub.
No. Oh, that actually
Calming.
did feel nice.
Oh, girl.
My shoulder hurts.
I'm the one with the neck pain
Mm-hmm.
because I slept. I sleep on my neck.
Yep.
So
You're a man of a certain age.
For some reason, it hurt. I do have my man of a certain age hat on.
That's a shout out to our man.
To our man Mike Royce, who was the showrunner, and I acted on it.
Who was your character on Men of a Certain Age?
I was Zeus.
What was Zeus's deal?
Well, in a couple episodes, he comes down from the mountain, and
Oh, you had a couple episodes.
yeah, I had an arc of
Wow.
Zeus arc.
Wow.
So I came down from the mountain.
Now Mike has done other shows since then. Have you been on those?
He nope, he didn't have
No.
me on One Day at a Time.
No. What about One Dave at a Time?
One Day at a Time, we're pitching.
Yeah,
me and Mike.
you and Mike. Okay, good.
Mhm.
I just want to make sure that show happens.
Yeah.
Okay, and well, you just said this,
Garrett's going to be very excited about this episode.
which is very strange.
This is the episode for Gareth that we've been working towards all this time.
I don't like. So part of me goes, it is someone I like, and then part of me is like, this is going to be difficult.
January 17th, 1706.
Okay, so that's interesting. to
Or
me.
January 6th, 1705. We actually don't know which year of our Lord Jesus Christ it was because there was a change from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar. So there are two dates recorded.
I am a big Julian calendar guy.
I know you are. I'm a Gregorian.
So far, you're Zeus. So far, this is strange.
Sexy.
Well, it's strange because I'm
Sexy.
like, what is this?
Gareth.
Old.
Benjamin Franklin was born in Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh my God. The president, future
Your boy.
president.
Your boy.
Hilarious. Okay.
He was born into a religious middle-class family. Josiah, Ben's dad, had kept the family Protestant in England. His family had kept the Protestant. Josiah's family, his dad, kept the family had been Protestant in England when they were there.
Sure.
Even though it was illegal
to be Protestant.
Yeah.
Right.
It still should be. But it's not anymore. But that was under Queen Catholic Mary.
Sure.
This is from Ben's autobiography. Quote, they had got an English Bible, and to conceal and secure it, it was fastened open with the tapes under a joint stool. And then when the great-great-grandfather read it to his family, one kid would stand guard at the door.
So it really was like Contra Bible.
It was Contra Bible.
I definitely, I feel like if you believe in it that much, it should be okay. Like if you're going to the lengths of like die-harding a Bible to a stool, it's like, all right, this means a lot to you. So
It does mean a lot.
Yeah. So and then you got to read it in secret.
But I feel like dieharding, because you're saying he put the gun on his back. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, McLean.
Okay. It was just because
A deep
dieharding is when
reference.
you really destroy the whole building.
Let's
You get,
Nakatomi Tower.
Gold. I don't know what that is.
Nakatomi Tower?
What accent is that?
It's me. Oh, hey, cowboy. That's Alan Rickman.
We found an accent you shouldn't do.
No, I can do a Rickman. Oh, really, McLean?
Okay.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Okay, that was good. So you can do him, but
And then I can do him being the American.
okay.
Hey, man, come on, don't do this. that in that movie, that part is so awesome.
Yeah, it is.
When you're like, oh, John, no, that's the bad guy.
It works out in the end, though.
You smoke, man? I'd love a cigarette.
It's a tough scene to watch. You're scared. I'm scared.
Anyway,
now.
back to President Franklin.
Josiah moved with his wife and 3 kids to New England in 1682.
Okay.
They had 4 more kids, and then she died in childbirth on the 4th.
Wow. It's going to be a bad feeling.
Took her out.
Not just for her, but for, I always empathize with the man. And just for you to be like our 4th and then be like, shit, now it's all me.
I got to take care of it. How am I going to feed that one?
I picture Ben Franklin always with that hairstyle too,
We all do.
with the bald mullet.
So he gets married again to Abaya, and they have 10 more kids.
What the fuck is going on here?
Bang, bang, bang. They're fucking. They are fucking.
That's crazy.
Ben is the 15th.
Good Lord. I can't get over that, like, most of your semen is
mine?
His baby. No,
yeah.
No, not yours.
Yeah. No. His dad wants him to become a minister. And so when he's 8, he sends him to a Boston school to begin the priest education.
Okay.
But they didn't have enough money. So he pulls him out after a year.
Wow. Finally, he does know how to pull out.
No. Then he goes to a local school. Okay. Biographer Ronald Clark said Ben ridiculed his dad saying grace at night, so he decided Ben wasn't church material. So there's two versions.
He ridiculed his dad by saying grace?
While his dad was saying grace.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So Benjamin Franklin's version is that they couldn't afford it, but the biographer
says that his father basically was like, no,
because you're making fun of me.
Have no respect for dinner grace.
That's right. Dinner grace is the best grace.
It's weird. Depends on the meal. That's how I feel. If you're going to thank a higher power, it better be good. It can't be like, KFC.
You can thank God for KFC.
It can't be like Oscar Mayer turkey.
By the way, my son loves, doesn't love, but he likes to go through the drive-thru and get the ice cream at Der Wiener Schnitzel.
Der Wiener Schnitzel?
Der Wiener Schnitzel.
I don't think you've ever been more of a white nationalist than right now.
Der Wiener Schnitzel is a...
Why are you saying Der?
Because that's what it's originally called.
But we all call it Wiener Schnitzel.
I know, but it's Der Wiener Schnitzel.
It's a little too much.
Sorry, I'm using the formal. And on the side, they have all the pictures of the food, and it's horrifying every time I drive through.
I'm proud. Never been to Wiener Schnitzel.
I know we went, and Finn ordered a hot dog because he wanted to see what it was like, and he took like one bite, and he goes, "This is like
should be the reaction to every
horrifying.
Hot dog.
Yeah,
every time someone has a hot dog, it should be that.
Hot dogs are tasty.
I'd like a vegan one, but it's really the bun and the condiments.
Let's touch elbows.
I'd rather not.
It's the bun and the condiments.
Yeah.
That make the hot dog?
I think it's a big player.
You're completely out of your fucking mind.
I don't think the hot dog is as important as the condiments and the bun. You couldn't just eat bread with ketchup and mustard and relish? I could. Oh, sorry, Der Wiener Schnitzel.
I'm worried about you.
Heil Wiener Schnitzel!
If I don't know someone that well, I don't just call them by their last name. I use the full name.
It's not a guy.
It's called showing respect. So, Ben is a young guy, taught himself to swim, and then he invented a wooden paddle to help him swim faster.
Fucking hilarious.
He would hold.
Hilarious to think that like floating on wood hadn't really come about just then. Inventing was a lot easier back then. I guess everyone was a little stupider, but still. I would just think naturally. I feel like I would happen upon that invention.
Nah.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I call it rock. That'd be me.
But it hurt his wrist, so he stopped using it. Because you're swimming holding it. Like it can't.
Oh, I see.
And then he tried a similar thing on his feet. Like flippers, kind of, but that also didn't take. So anyway, at 10, he leaves school to help his father's business.
Okay.
Which
is having babies.
Having babies. Just fucking for the dad. So his dad's a low-class tallow chandler and soap boiler. So he made candles out of fat.
Sure.
Because the wax ones were for the church, but the fat candles are for your house. Little chubby candle.
Do you refer to your penis as a fat candle?
Don't worry about it. Ben hated it. He did not like working in the little fat works. And he threatened to run away and get a job on a ship because Ben really wanted to be a seaman because his dad had, his brother, an older brother had become a seaman and then they never saw him again. I think he died maybe. Anyway.
Cool.
So Josiah hates the sea and he wants Ben to work on land.
Sure.
So Ben loves reading, and he ends up working with for his older half brother James, who is a printer.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad signs him to an indentured servant contract.
Signs Ben to?
Yeah, with his half brother.
Is that okay?
Sure.
What is the deal there?
Well, now
you're allowed to just force.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that's what a lot of people did. It was
like
pretty
a son
common.
slave.
Yeah, son slave.
But you're paid a little bit.
But it's not his dad; it's his brother, so it's not a son slave.
Well, okay, brother slave.
You have a kid, so I could self-in if I wanted.
I'll buy him. I'll buy him, boy.
All right. So he's contracted from 12 to 21.
Oh my God.
And doesn't get paid anything until the last year.
Why are they signing him to like mega baseball contracts? Don't you think at 12 you'd be like, can we do like a 2-year free agent thing?
You would think so. That's a long
9 years to agree to it?
Yeah.
Especially in this time, because what are you living to be like 50?
I feel like you shouldn't have to make 9-year decisions when you
12.
are
9-year decision.
Yeah. Well, he did it. He only gets wages in the final year. And there's another smart kid around.
He did sign a Yankee deal.
He did sign a Yankee deal, yeah. Although he's not getting paid till the end, so it's more of a
kind of what the Yankees
Dodgers
do.
deal.
Oh, more of a Dodger. Okay, yeah.
So there's this local kid who's also like a book reading kid, and so they end up debating all the time, like you do when you're a kid. You debate with the other kids.
Oh yeah.
Collins is his name, which included on quote the propriety of educating the female sex in learning and their abilities for study.
What?
Ben took the position that women could be educated.
Oh wow.
So that was cool.
Progressive.
Quote perhaps a little for dispute's sake.
Oh, so he was just kind of devil's advocate.
He's taking when you're in debate club.
Look, we all know the women don't have brains, but for the sake of argument, I'll really try the tough one.
I'll pretend women are qualified for working.
Yeah.
So he adopted the Socratic method of debating, which is asking questions.
Mm-hmm. That's
also known as
I like
super annoying.
I like that way of doing it, where you're just like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, and he became.
Do you think that really holds water? Spell that, would you?
Oh God,
How long have you been talking?
Gonna end the podcast.
I would really rather know where you're from.
Can
you clap both of your hands on your knees? What's in a stew?
I don't think you know how this method works.
Of course I do. Would you explain how you think it works for me, please? How do you spell Socrates?
He became very skeptical of religion.
Okay.
And he would use this method to draw concessions out of even educated scholars.
He would, right.
Quote, entangling them in difficulties out of which they could not extricate it themselves. He later abandoned the method because probably nobody liked him.
Right. Is that what Socrates' life was like?
Probably.
People are just like, Jesus, does he suck?
Dude, bro, stop asking questions.
Why? Has it offended you?
Yeah, I would imagine it was.
Can I buy a friend?
But they were all about debating and
Right. That was all they had.
There's no TV.
Right? They just sat in
sit in the square and talk.
Sit in the square and be like,
some guy figured out the most annoying way to talk, basically.
Flowers are from God's dick.
Are
come
they?
On, this is crazy.
How do you know that?
I have it on good authority. Because the soil...
Whose authority?
Oh my God. It's so... I hate him so much.
So at 16, he reads a book that convinces him to become a vegetarian.
Whoa.
Which on philosophical reasons, like animals
have feelings,
should be allowed to live.
Yeah, shocking.
But that really annoyed the boarding house he lived in, where they chided him. So he teaches himself how to cook.
So, okay. I mean, I don't understand. He has issue with the treatment of animals, but everyone makes fun of him. So then he's like, I'll just learn how to cook meat.
Because Oh,
vegetarian.
Yeah, no one's going to cook a vegetarian
wow,
meal
that's
for him.
crazy.
So he's like, I'll do it. In 1721, his brother, James, starts printing a newspaper.
Okay.
And it's the second in America.
Wow.
The New England Courant. And or
Courant?
Current. There's different ways you can say it. Courant or Current. Courant.
Okay.
A lot of people thought it was foolish because there was already a newspaper.
We have the one.
We've got one.
We
what are
only
you
need
doing?
one news source.
And Ben was the distributor, so he was the original paper boy.
He just went out.
OGPB.
And he just would be like,
paper.
Hello. Curious?
Throw it a guy.
Here you are.
Here. Earlier that year, there had been a smallpox outbreak in Boston. About 6,000 people, 60% of the town got smallpox. 900 died.
Okay.
And some scholars, leaders were like, we should do inoculation. It's this brand new technology that China has been using for over 1,000 years, but brand new to us because we're white.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of backlash.
Will it affect us going to the Celtics games?
It's a lot of backlash. So James' paper, he went full anti-vax.
2 papers and one goes anti-vax.
Right. So he's like Jimmy Dore.
Right.
He was decried as promoting, quote, nonsense, unmanliness, profaneness, immorality, arrogance, calumnies, lies, contradictions, and what not to debauch and corrupt the minds and manners of New England.
That because he was anti the inoculation.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And it was vaccination.
Yeah, that's what inoculation is. Yeah.
So what I mean,
they take a little tiny bit of smallpox and put it in you.
That is, they were even doing that back then.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So Ben,
to me, I would be like, they're just like, it's pond water.
Ben really wanted to have an article printed in the paper, but his brother wouldn't let him. He's like, you're fucking a 16-year-old
By
idiot.
the way, I'm sure that paper was, like, after doing the pastimes, I'm sure that paper was full of dumb shit.
Oh, the stupidest
Hey,
shit.
buddy, there's no room.
Yeah, how can I get you in
Come
here?
on.
I got the thing about the cow attacking the old lady.
Yeah.
There's the devil who is going after all the women.
The guy who got caught in a wagon wheel. I mean, this is a huge news week.
And then I have 75 ads about escaped slaves.
And then I put the women's address in there a bunch. I mean, there's no room. I got to let people know where the hot women live.
The whole last page is women's addresses.
Good Lord.
So Ben writes an article anonymously and disguises handwriting and slips it under the office door.
Now, this is good stuff.
Well, that's exactly what happened. And on April 2nd, his first article is printed.
But not under a pseudonym.
James doesn't know who it is.
Right.
He just knows this. Someone wrote an article. It's really good. So he keeps writing secretly for the paper. But when he finally reveals that he's the author, James is like, yeah, whatever. You're being vain. And then they start to argue. The two brothers start to argue a lot. Quote, he considered himself as my master and me as his apprentice, which kind of is what he is because he's an indentured servant.
Sure. He signed a 9-year deal.
That's literally
Yeah. But there is some hubris in the idea of being like, you couldn't possibly, like,
Yeah.
I can write the paper.
I'm the older brother. You're the idiot.
Yeah.
So whenever they argued now, they would take it to their father, and Ben was normally found to be right. So his brother would then beat him up after.
That's how you prove you're right.
That's right.
Okay. All right. So
I mean, that was
join the
good.
Patreon if you want to see camera struggles.
That was a good time for the dog to bark, though.
Oh, it was good. I agree.
So, so his brother beat him up. James then runs into problems with the Massachusetts Assembly because he writes they're not doing enough to stop pirates. They put him in jail.
It's just, it's very unrelatable. My pirate articles have gotten me in jail.
I mean, they're trying
Trying what?
to stop pirates. So why doesn't he shut the fuck up about he's not helping the pirate situation.
Is that the real pulse of the time?
It is for me.
He was just getting in the way.
He's basically helping the pirates
Why?
because he's pointing out that we're not doing enough, but we're doing enough.
Hold their feet to the fire. And we're not doing enough if there's a ton of pirates.
There's pirates, but you can't stop all the fucking. They come from everywhere. We're just here in town.
We're going to build a wall.
Oh, Christ.
Oh.
So while he's in jail, Ben runs the paper. And then when James gets out, and this is the second time he was jailed, I think, but he was anyway jailed twice. And then when he's released the second time, it was ordered, quote, James Franklin should no longer print the paper called the New England Courant.
Who wrote that?
The assembly.
Oh, okay. So they were happy with Ben.
Well, no, they just didn't want him doing the paper. They didn't want James doing the paper.
Okay. Because of his pirate stuff.
They talked about it and they thought about changing his name or changing the name of the paper. They're like, let's just change the name of the paper because they specifically said
no James
called the New England
Current.
Print, right? So at the end, James decides, well, they obviously have such a problem with me. I'll print it under Ben's name.
Interesting.
So they write up a new contract to do that.
Ben and James.
Yes. So after a few months, though, Ben quits, which he couldn't do previously because he was indentured,
right?
But because
but
of the new
he's
contract,
free agent.
Yeah. So he's going to look for a job.
How old is Ben now?
I don't know.
How many
he's
years
like
into his 9-year deal?
So.
Okay, so he's like halfway through.
Yeah, he's like halfway through. So there are other printers in town, and James went to talk shit to all of them so Ben wouldn't be able to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ben also found out when he goes out to find a new job that most of Boston think he's a heretic and an atheist.
Ben?
Yeah.
Because of what he was writing?
Yeah.
What was he writing?
And also the questioning of authorities and all that.
And religion a little bit too,
Yeah.
or because okay.
Yeah. Because he was questioning
Yeah,
the
he was
religious
making fun
guys.
of grace. And, yeah.
So he decided he needs to leave.
We are a paper about pirates. Last time.
No, because you're pro-pirate.
Right. Huh? Wait, so what did you say he's doing now?
He's going to leave.
He's going to leave where?
Boston.
Massachusetts. Oh, okay.
So he decides he's going to go to Philly, and the boat hits a storm on the way, and they can't dock, so they drop anchor and they wait for the storm to pass, and they have no supplies, and so they start fishing.
Okay.
But Ben
it's like not that far, so it's
you could die right there.
I know it's like, but I mean they're just going like, not too far, and they're like, well, we're gonna have to fish for food. It's like land. Can we hit land's there?
Yeah, so they fish, but now remember Ben's a vegetarian.
Oh boy.
He considered every fish caught was the victim of an unprovoked murder.
Wow, fucking love this. I really do. Listen,
is every animal that eats another animal committing murder?
No, there is that's why like my beef lies with factory farming, mainly because I think you're right. Like acts of nature, what are you going to do? It's like there is that is part of it. Also, there's so much evidence that remember when you if you saw the first time where a guy was doing this experiment with plants, and he's like, here's what's happening when people eat plants, and it's just like screams. And I'm not even saying that's necessarily exactly what's going on, but you definitely, the more you go into it, the more you're like, there is this kind of like circle to all of this. So you can't say that, but pescatarians I've always had a bit of an issue with because they just are like, fish aren't real. And I'm like, they fucking are. We went to a bar in Australia called the Catfish where there's a fucking catfish that loves to get pet. Fish like to get pet. There is an emotional...
Isn't it petted?
Petted? You stop talking. There is some of these animals have like the idea, pescatarian. My mother's a pescatarian. I'm always like, what's your deal? Just going to eat all the salmon like a fucking bear?
Yeah.
No. It's a weird angle to me.
It's not.
It is.
You're weird angle.
Well, why can't someone just be like, I'm just bacon only?
You can do that.
It's fucking weird.
Bacon you can slice off without actually killing the animal.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'm going to eventually go human only. Oh, that's so crazy to you.
But then he starts smelling
billionaire only.
But Ben, that's fine. Ben starts smelling the cooking of the fish, and he's like, man, that smells really good.
Boy, that moita sounds pretty good right now.
So then he sees that on a catch, he sees that there's a small fish in the stomach of a big fish.
Now,
and he's like,
hold on.
If they can eat each other, I can eat them.
Oh, okay.
So it's philosophical.
Yeah. All right.
So when the storm goes down, he gets ashore. So now
He's put on like 30 pounds. But you guys have to try cod.
So to get to Philadelphia from where he has to take a ferry, then walk 50 miles, and then take another boat.
Jesus, what?
Yeah, I don't know why. Because he got dropped off somewhere.
Well,
in
that's the
Maryland.
end of the boat.
He got dropped off in Jersey somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Okay.
So it's pouring rain when he's walking, and he looks so bad that someone thought he was a runaway servant. In Philly, quote, I was dirty from my journey. My pockets were stuffed out, and shirts and stockings, and I knew no soul, nor where to look for lodging. I was very hungry, and my whole stock of cash consisted of a Dutch dollar and about a shilling in copper.
Man, that is destitute.
It's not
like.
good.
I also, again, I picture an 18-year-old with the bald mullet.
Yep. So he goes to a bakery and he asks for a biscuit.
Hi, I have 1 Dutch coin. Can I have a biscuit?
And they don't know what that is. They don't have that in Philly. They're like,
we haven't gotten
what?
those here yet.
What the fuck is that? So he asked for a 3-penny loaf. And
Hey, someone come out here and beat this guy. This is crazy.
And they don't know what they're like. That's not a thing.
A hot cross bun?
And then he's like, well, what can I get for 3 penny? And they're like 3 loaves of bread. So it's way cheaper in Philadelphia than Boston.
So he's like, whoa.
So he's holding his bread, and there's a bunch of people walking to a Quaker meeting. So he follows them. And then he sits in the back and falls asleep.
And then like some guy was like, I'm making an oatmeal and you'd be perfect for
You're
it.
the guy.
You look great.
So the top printer in town he goes to, he doesn't have work.
My name's Hank Kinko's.
But he sends him to the next, like his biggest competitor,
Okay.
Mr. Keemer, and Ben gets a job with him.
Okay.
He lives with a guy named Mr. Reed,
Okay.
who has a daughter, Deborah, and there is Sparks. Keemer, very religious. He had a full-length beard because, quote, thou shalt not mar the corners of thy beard.
Is that anywhere in the Bible?
It gotta be. They
Is
just
it?
said it, yeah.
See, there's so much that we're just not. It's like, are you in or are you out?
I'm in.
Well, your beard looks pretty marred.
No, it's not marred.
I mean, it is like, what's the
I don't know
plan
what
here?
marred means.
So what happens when you go on real time and debate the best?
I mean, is that just cut?
I would imagine that it says I mean, yeah, I would imagine. I mean,
it's full length. It's got to just be cut.
Full length is even weird. What does that
full
mean?
length is that means you just let
Crotch
it go
forever.
Yeah, it just doesn't stop.
Well, that seems crazy.
But I think some people's beards are just like, all right, I'm done. Like they don't keep
Hey,
going.
look, it's down to my foot. That's it.
That's great.
Yeah.
You're really godly.
Yeah.
All right, so he believes that. He also rested on the Sabbath, and Ben thinks both these things are ridiculous. But Keemer wants Ben to adopt the practices that he does if he's going to work there. And Ben's like, okay, I will do that if you become a vegetarian.
So Ben is back to vegetarian.
He was starving on the ship. He just ate fish.
Yeah.
on the
Okay.
ship.
Okay.
And after 3 months, Keemer can't take it and he wants to eat. He wants to eat meat, and he orders a roast pig, which he's going to share with his friends. But the pig gets delivered before his guests are there, so he just eats it all.
Wow. That's how much he was like sick of.
That's how much. Yeah. Fuck your beans.
What time's everyone coming? 6:30. Maybe I'll just eat a little snout.
So the governor.
All right, where's that pig? All right. There's just a bunch of bones here. Where's that pig at?
Would you like to watch me go to the bathroom?
Oh my God. Are you okay?
I ate the whole pig.
Oh my God.
I ate the whole piggy.
Oh my God, dude.
I feel weird.
Yeah, you're like crash dieting. Oh man.
It smells so good.
You smell pretty foul.
This pig.
You're really.
I ate the whole pig.
You're sweating brown.
Yeah. I think I figured out a new thing I'm into.
What's that?
Whole pig eating.
Oh, well, you made it sound kind of like
Yeah.
erotic for a minute.
It is as well.
Well, all
Depends how you do it.
right. Turn around. He ate it. He ate the whole thing. And a lot of the bones. Wait, what are you looking at me for? Like,
Hi, piggy.
no. We're not doing the cartoon stuff.
No?
No.
Okay. The governor of Philadelphia, Sir William Keith, heard of Ben's printing experience and he's thrilled because the city has 2 printers who were, quote, wretched.
Sure.
So, and one of those is Keimer.
Right.
Or Keimer, whatever. I'm probably saying it wrong.
That's Deborah's father.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
The other guys. The
boarding house guy is Deborah's father.
Okay.
So because he wants to talk to Ben, but I think he has to have Keimer there because he's Ben's boss. I don't know, but they both come to lunch.
Okay.
And quote,
anyone have pig? Anyone have pig?
Please come to lunch and bring a pig.
I'll have the whole pig.
Quote, I was not a little surprised, and Keimer stared like a pig poisoned.
It's because I ate a whole pig 2 days ago.
The governor tried to convince Ben to start his own printing business, but Ben would need financial backing from his dad to do that.
Okay.
So the governor wrote a letter to the dad.
It's fucking weird. Dear Mr. Franklin, can Ben be a paper man? Signed, the governor of Philly.
So Ben took it personally to Boston, and his dad took the letter and read it and didn't say anything for days, and then finally declared the governor had little discretion to ask for so much money, and he refused.
Okay.
He wrote back saying he didn't think Ben was ready, and he told Ben he would consider it when Ben turned 21.
Okay. Tell my boy.
So Ben goes to New York on the way back, and he hangs out with his friend Collins, the guy that he used to debate with when they were kids.
Right.
He is now a big drinker.
Collins is.
Yeah. Like he gets in trouble, and Ben has to get him out in New York, and then they go to Philadelphia together.
Okay.
And Collins wants to get an accounting job, but the big problem is that he's drunk.
Right.
So he couldn't find work. Right. So he's basically just leeching off Ben a long time. And then one night they're out on a boat together and they're taking turns rowing, and he refuses to row.
Collins.
Yeah.
I'm done.
And they argue, and then they fight, and Ben throws him out of the boat into the river.
Oh.
And then every time he tries to get near, he just rows a little bit away, so he can't get in the boat.
Come on.
And he's like, only if you say that you're going to row will I let you back in the boat. And Colin's like, I will not row.
I'll die.
And then they never talked again after that.
Oh.
That was the end of the friendship.
The guy might have died.
I'm sure he'd let him back in, maybe. Or like over it. Maybe he swam over to the shore. But anyway, their friendship's done.
A boat ultimatum.
Because the guy's like, I'm not rowing.
That's why they call it an oar.
So Governor Keith still wants Ben to be a printer, and he offers to buy whatever he needs from England to set up a shop.
Okay.
Yeah, because the only place they can get the equipment is from England. There's no place in America that makes printing stuff.
Man.
It's early on.
So different now.
It's the same. He said he'd give Ben letters of recommendation and credit to go to England and get all the stuff he needs.
Ben needs to go get it himself?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But Ben goes to the governor's office to get the letters, and the governor's secretary is like, oh, they're not ready yet. And then they just keep not coming. And then a merchant tells Ben that the governor is just known as a huge bullshit artist.
Okay.
So he's still going to England because he still wants to do this. And before going, he courts Deborah.
Mm-hmm.
And her mother's like, she's too young to marry.
How old is she?
I don't know. They got to be pretty young. I mean, she's got to be around 17 or something.
Okay. So it's like a Matt Gates deal.
But Ben made promises to her, and then he leaves. But the whole time he's in England, he only writes one letter, and the only letter he writes says he's not coming back anytime soon.
What a Romeo.
So he's looking for printing work in London because he wants to improve his printing skills.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend is living with a woman, and he bails on the woman. And then Ben, quote, I grew fond of her company, and being at this time under no religious restraints, and presuming of my importance to her, I attempted familiarities.
Porkin.
He tried to bang. He was trying to get
familiarities.
Yeah.
Would you like to make familiarities?
Would you like if I familiared inside of yours?
There we are.
which she repulsed with a proper resentment and acquainted my friend with the behavior. So she was like, "Get the fuck off me," and then told his friend who
Ben's trying to fuck me,
who had bailed on her. Like, I don't get that part, but yeah, she was like, "Ben's trying to bang me." So, so he's in London for 18 months.
He really got rejected hard.
Yeah.
By the way, I'll tell you, that age, it's hard to get rejected. In
All
England.
right.
What? They like to bang.
And so he gets offered by some Quaker merchant guy a job back home as an accountant and salesman. So he can
back
afford
in
to
America.
He can afford to go back.
Who's this guy? He gets a letter.
I think the guy might have been in England, or maybe he did get a letter.
Okay.
But anyway, he goes back to Philly. He's now 20. He's got more experience and skills, and he
Still
worked.
a virgin.
Maybe, yeah. He worked for the Quaker for a few months until he got pleurisy, which is a lung thing.
Okay.
Which very often fatal at that time, but he did not die.
Good.
And then his employer then, quote, fell ill with distemper and died.
Okay.
I looked up distemper. It's a dog disease. So I don't know.
What is it?
I don't know. I couldn't figure it out.
But he did. Okay.
Abe did not have temper.
Sure. So his boss died from distemper.
So now Keemer comes back and says, "Will you come work for me?" And Ben doesn't want to, but he agreed. And pretty soon he realizes
You've gotten really big.
Well, for the past 2 years, I've only been eating pig.
No, not as a printer. I want you to hunt pigs in the wild.
A lot of what I'm doing now is pig-based printing. So I print it on the skin of a pig, and then I eat the pig, and then I eat the paper.
Whoa. I have any noise I make.
When I breathe, I go, hey, moo, moo.
So Ben realizes
I married a pig.
I heard.
Okay?
Yeah, but then you ate
and then
her.
I ate my
I
wife.
know you're gonna say that.
I like to eat my wife. Every time I'm about to eat a pig, I marry it.
Okay.
And then I get familiarities.
You should not be talking to people.
And then I eat my bride. You understand what I'm saying?
Luke, stop.
You're a little cutie pie. You had to try it. You ever married a pig?
Stop talking.
You ever eaten horse?
No.
Well, you should try.
No.
Okay. Come here, you.
No.
Let's take our shirts off and roll around with oils. No.
Why?
I just wanna eat some pig. Pig is good.
It's not.
It is. The problem is if you eat the greens. Doctors will tell you that's pretty bad for you. Gotta eat pig. That a pig is good. Eat the pig head, the heart, the brain, the bum hole. Oh boy. I love pig.
I know you do.
Yeah. Have I told you about my new diet of pig?
No, stop touching me.
I
Don't
love a bit of pig.
stop talking.
I'm having my hands hooved.
Have you noticed you have no friends?
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, I'm king of pigs. You ever heard about that?
No.
Oh, I sleep out with the pigs, and we make it in the mud. And when I mean make it means they take my pud.
Okay.
Don't tell my wife.
You don't have a wife anymore.
Oh,
You remember you fucking eating pigs?
yeah, and I ate her.
Was she a pig?
Yeah. My thought is pretty clear. Every time before I eat a whole
Okay,
pig,
yes.
once a day, I marry the pig, and I call it my wife. And then I do a lot of stuff with it.
So
Missing you.
Ben soon realizes that he is training new printers who would then take over the job he's been hired to do.
I think maybe my pig rant threw me in a direction of not understanding.
Keemer hires him,
Yeah.
but he's just training new guys to eventually get good enough to take his job.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So he pays Ben well, and that's up until the other guys get better, and then he's like, "I'm overpaying you."
Okay.
So Keemer becomes abusive then,
Okay.
and he starts yelling at Ben in public. So Ben leaves. He's like, "Fuck off." And then another guy who was there at the shop comes and says, "Look, Keemer has a terrible reputation, and without you, his business would probably just totally fail. So you should start your own company, and I have a rich dad. He'll back you, and then I'll come work for you. But they have to order equipment from England."
You got to go get it.
Which they do, but then they have to wait for it. So that's going to take a while. So in that time, Keemer gets a job printing money for New Jersey, and he asks Ben if he'll come back to work.
You'd be great on the 100. Have you ever thought about money modeling?
No.
You've just got one of those heads. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just kind of have a head for money. Do me a favor. Look off to the side a little bit. Good. Yeah, really. Yeah. Look kind of like, yeah. Hold on. Let me paint you. I'm really loving this. Yeah, that's good. That's real good. Wow. I think this came out pretty good.
Why do I have a snout?
Am I Keemer?
What? Gareth, if that's your name, we are also brought to you by Mint Mobile.
Oh, Dave.
Look, you get all these big wireless providers out there, and what you see is not what you get from them. Between the store and the first bill, there's all of a sudden there's a lot of stuff on there, and it's a lot more than you thought. Mint Mobile, that is not how it works. You don't have to worry about these crazy gotchas.
Nope.
When Mint Mobile says $15 a month, when you purchase a 3-month plan, that's exactly what you get. I've been using the Mint Mobile a bit, and my wife has been using it a bit, and it's great. It works as well as all the others.
That's all you can ask for.
It's fantastic. It's cheaper. My God, is it cheaper? And that's kind of how things should work, and that's better.
I agree with Ryan Reynolds.
So get rid of your overpriced wireless insane bill that you're paying for with all these crazy overages, and just get yourself a sweet, sweet little bill with Mint Mobile, $15 a month, high-speed data, unlimited talks, text, not just one talk, unlimited
multiple talks and texteds.
And they got a 5G network.
Yep.
It's everything.
$15 a month, 3 months. Let's go.
So to get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Dollop. That's mintmobile.com/Dollop. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Dollop. The $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
Yeah.
Gareth, we are also brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace, of course, an all-in-one. They got it all. I mean, it's if
Dave,
you don't know what we're talking about,
they change with the times.
It's a website company. They also do domains. They do a ton of delightful things. We are big users of Squarespace.
Well, every website we're associated with is Squarespace.
Everyone. Because why? Because it's easy to use. The templates look great. They're crisp. They're clean. You can find a bunch of different templates for what you need. You can mess around with them before you sign up so you know it works for you.
User-friendly.
Yeah, very user-friendly.
Very helpful with your small business, getting your business up, selling your merch, your content, all these things.
Yeah, you can sell content like Gareth just said, if that's your name. Right on your site, you add a paywall to sell memberships or courses or sell files to download like PDFs, music, ebooks, whatever you want. You can have a video collection. Gareth has a really disturbing video collection up on his.
Thank you very much.
You can organize your video library, showcase your content on these great web pages, sell access to the library, have a paywall.
Love
that kind of
Squarespace.
Thing. You love it in a way that's disturbing.
Your website, my website,
I have a more healthy
website, your
love.
website.
You can also do client invoicing. You can easily manage your clients' invoices from vetting leads to receiving payments through invoices in a streamlined, customable workflow.
I started a pyramid scheme.
Here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Dollop to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That is, once again, a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Dollop to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Let's go.
You yawned.
One time.
So Ben agrees to come back. And then they present their work to the New Jersey Assembly. And Ben, who is the more educated of the two, refined basically, is welcomed. Kiemer's an outsider. He was, quote, an odd fish, ignorant of common life, fond of rudely opposing received opinions, slovenly to extreme dirtiness, enthusiastic in some points of religion, and a little knobbish withal.
Well, let me talk for a minute, Ben. What we're trying to do is make a pig-based current events magazine, paper, something like that. So let's all put sauce on our fingers.
Excuse me.
Hold on a second, sir. I'm in the middle of something, you piece of crap. Let's all hold on a minute, sir. Let's all take a little bit of the meat out of the pig, and let's all try to throw it into my mouth, which will be open.
We're showing money.
Hold on, sir.
Do you have a pigtail?
Now, hold on, sir.
Is that a pigtail?
It's taped on. Now, hold on, sir. The idea here is that I'll put some sauce in my mouth, and then you throw pig in it, and then I'll tell you what sauce I think it is. And I'm pretty sure that's a foundation for what a paper could be. If your question is, have I been with this pig? Let's just say it's been marital. Okay. Now, first sauce. Someone squirt. Ben, you start. Some of these guys look like they're a little freaked out. Come on. Hey, why don't we do this? Pig jams. All right, pig jams. Come on, guys. Pig jams, pig jams. Let's make them. Come on, guys. All right. Everybody lift your nose up and let's pretend we're piggies. That's right. Yeah, come on. All right. How about this? Let's get inside of the pig and I'll pretend like I'm the leader of the pigs.
Are you able to feel shame?
Here's the thing. Well, to answer your question, no, I'm unable to. But part of that is because I have a family of pigs. And they're my best friends.
Okay, stop talking.
Look at my teats.
Nope.
Some of these are fake.
Those are fake.
I've been pulling on these nipples with hooks.
Stop talking.
So I made some hooks. The hardest part about getting baby pigs to suck on your teats is no milk will come out.
Stop talking.
That's where the paper comes in.
The paper is money. We're making money.
Okay. Let's figure out how to get milk to come out of these teats I made with hooks. My God. Hey, Ben, I think you pushed it a little bit back there.
Stop talking.
Okay.
So Ben sets up his new business in a warehouse when he gets his equipment. He gets some customers, and then Kiemer starts a paper called the Universal Instructor in All Arts and Sciences and Pennsylvania Gazette.
It's just insane. We have just gotten way better at titles. Like we had a time where we were awful.
It only has 90 subscribers though, and Kiemer's now in debt.
Okay.
And he sells the paper to Ben.
Here, Ben.
Ben changes the name to the Pennsylvania Gazette.
By the way, work on your titles. Good Lord.
And then he asks for submissions, but he mostly writes the paper himself. It was, quote, mildly radical and happy to print unexpected or racy non-news items.
Oh, so he was a little like Murdoch.
Yeah. Like he would do a list of more than 200 words for drunkenness.
So a little entertainment.
He's drunk as a wheelbarrow. He's got his top gallant sails out. He's loose in the hilts. The malt is above the water.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So
especially back then, because they're like, we don't have enough words for how drunk we all constantly
every one
are.
of us. So the paper becomes increasingly influential. People like it. There's a debate over printing more paper money, and Ben makes an anonymous pamphlet supporting it and distributes it, called The Nature and Necessity of Currency, Paper Currency. And then it convinces people and the legislator passes the bill, and then Ben is hired to print the money.
Wow.
Quote, a very profitable job and a great advantage to me.
Was there some of this like in line ahead of time? Was it a little pay for play?
Yeah, it was totally. No, I don't know if it was pay for play, but he was clearly going to make money off it. So he pushed it. Like,
that's cool.
He got more printing contracts and opened
Kiemer must have been furious.
Yeah.
What do you think that would sound like?
Nope.
That's right.
I ate myself.
He opens a stationery shop. Now, Kiemer's business goes bust. So Ben starts paying off his debts.
Kiemer's.
Yeah, but doing it so everyone sees he's doing it.
Okay.
and seeing that he behaved in a, quote, industrious and frugal way. So it's like doing it for show, for doing it for like, this is how good of a person I am.
Right.
He's not religious, but he sees religion as useful because it provides a moral framework.
Right.
What mattered to Ben was truth, sincerity, integrity, although he's happy to bend the truth where it helps him.
That's why they call him Ben Franklin. I think that's a fine joke.
By the 1720s, he was crushing in his business and position in society, but he needs a wife. He's got to have a lady. And he met with a young woman a few times and told her parents he would take her as his wife if they paid his debts of £100. And they're like, yeah, we don't have that kind of money. And so he says, well, here's what you can do. You can remortgage your house and then use that to pay me off. And then they're like,
He's like Tom Selleck.
They're like, well, we actually don't approve of you. Like, you're not.
Oh. I'll pay you to let me have her.
He, quote, soon found that the business of a printer was generally thought a poor one, and I was not to expect money with a wife unless with such a one as I should not otherwise think agreeable. So he
Walk
took a
me through
shit.
this
He'll
little,
take
because
so printers are seen as, you know, lower status. So a quality man, the family would pay for the daughter to marry a quality man.
You're right, because you're going, you'll probably end up making money and taking care of us to some extent.
Yeah. And a not quality
Why would
daughter, then they would pay him because she's not
right. Take her off our hands.
My God, she's hideous.
She's crazy.
But normally he would just marry without getting anything.
That would be
for a decent, like a decent woman wouldn't pay. They would, yes, you could fall in love.
Right. Because a lot of it, I mean, I know at some point it was like livestock was involved where you were just like, you get a goat.
Here's some pigs.
Oh, Ben, don't be an idiot. Take this deal. Ben. I'll train the pigs for you.
So
maybe we put ribbons on some of the girl pigs. No. Just
let's not.
Well, maybe we do.
Well, I feel like you talk too much about pigs.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, come on! It's merely one shade of my personality.
It's the whole thing.
No, it isn't.
It's all the personality.
No, it isn't.
Are those the new pants?
Yeah, these are.
I got a pair on too.
I love them.
Aren't they great?
They're the best.
Yeah.
This feels very branded.
It does feel very random. Public rec. I
love them.
I already ordered
my hoodie.
I ordered 3 more.
Yes, I love them.
I didn't get a hoodie. I should have gotten a hoodie.
It's great. And let me tell you, you know what? This is my problem. When I get pants I like, I immediately am like, I'm worried I'm going to spill something on them.
Yeah.
I get filled with, there's dread.
Little pig drippings.
Oh, well, a little pig drippings would really make these pants look nice. The goal is to eventually have it be hog juice color, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So if I stain my pants with a little hog juice, that's just the Lord's way of saying eat more hog on these pants and make the whole thing a hog juice color. And then eventually you make pants of pigs.
You're never going to meet a woman.
I don't need a woman.
Oh, shit.
I am my own woman.
Okay.
I made a hole from pig.
Okay.
And guess what goes in there?
Nope.
My baster.
So Ben, after learning this about the level of printers, he goes on a bender. He starts just drinking a lot, and he just dives into sex workers. He's like, "This is going to be. Let's do this." So
let's go, Benny boy.
In 1731, he fathers a child, William, but no one knows who the mother was.
Not even
today.
Ben?
Nobody knows. No, he probably knew, but no one knows. One rumor was a household servant. A London paper claimed, quote, an oyster wench in Philadelphia whom he left to die in the streets of disease and hunger.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's
well, there's a lot of gap between those two.
Yeah.
An oyster wench?
Yeah.
Just going around selling oysters?
Or maybe that's probably it. Or maybe she fucks for oysters.
I've done that.
In September 1730, he marries Deborah Reed.
Oh.
He was the one he was engaged to before he went to England, and then never wrote her. And then she married someone else when Ben was away, and then her husband just took off.
Cool.
So they still like each other. So they got married.
Okay.
Not in a church in case the first husband showed up again.
Okay. Well, these rules are
Because
pretty
she
strange.
would still be married then.
Sure. But if
so
it's outside of a church, so
But
they
then it's
basically
not-
just had like a
it's like a state marriage.
It's like a fake marriage.
No, state. You can get married in the city hall as opposed to in a church. You don't. If you get married in city hall, you don't have to get it annulled from
You
the
don't
church.
need to tell me I'm married twice.
No, you've all animals.
I'm married twice. I got a church wife.
Stop.
I got a city hall wife.
So Deborah helps Ben at work. They live with her widowed mother, his bastard son William, and then they have another kid, Francis, or young Frankie. So Ben's printing
Sounds
business.
like a pilot.
Ben's printing business makes books and bills and Bibles and bonds and it makes everything. It just prints everything.
Anything without a B?
Contracts.
Oh.
In 1740.
Binding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 1741, he printed the first medical reference book in America. 3 years later, he printed the first novel.
Wow.
Ben is rolling in money.
The first novel.
Yeah.
Your paper is very strange. I don't know. I was thinking, what if you just followed one story the whole time? It's highly unorthodox.
He's got money now. He gives loans to the poor. In 1733, he published Poor Richard's Almanac, which Almanac is a calendar. It's got important dates and astrological data and tide tables, and then there's also advice and there's little like observations. So they're very popular.
Well, it is like for the time, it had to be so entertaining if there was nothing like that.
Well, the thing about all this stuff you can read, it's basically like there was nothing to do.
Yes. And then some guy's like, I invented Sudoku. And you're like, this is a fucking unbelievable.
I invented making little shitty comments about the moon. Whoa.
I wrote a column about pigs and how you can eat them and make them brides. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Let's put sauce in my mouth and guess which one it is if you're so tough.
I'm sickened. Almanac's very popular. His almanac starts selling 10,000 copies a year, which is a fucking huge number.
Sure.
He had pearls of wisdom like, he that drinks fast pays slow. To be intimate.
Hold on. I don't understand that.
He that drinks fast pays slow.
Okay.
Well,
Still don't get it.
to be intimate with a foolish friend is like going to bed with a razor.
Again, chlamydia?
Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults.
Okay. I like that.
Ben saw it as, quote, a vehicle for conveying instruction among the common people.
Okay.
So Ben thinks printers have a moral duty to print both sides of an argument.
Absolutely.
But he would also reject articles on the basis that they were, quote, scurrilous and defamatory.
Well, I don't think that's right. I watch a lot of CNN. You're supposed to do that.
He writes a lot of satire, including poking fun at the witch trials, which some are still going on around.
Lord, that has aged terribly. Those worked.
It's the only way to keep everything in order.
Those witches sink
Ever since we
or
stopped
float.
the
just
witch
kill 'em.
trials, everything has just gone
It's
crazy.
terrible.
Yeah,
We need to bring them back. And
Yeah.
by the way, the good news, about 6.5 years away
six
from
and a
that.
half. If
Yeah, it's generous now.
he used a lot of aliases while writing, like Silence Dogood, Alice Addertongue, Polly Baker, and Anthony Afterwit.
I'm Anthony Afterwit.
He must
I'm Friend Franklin.
He created Philadelphia's first public library, and that was you pay £2 a year, and then you have access to the books. And if you're not a subscriber, you can just borrow one for a per book fee. And this is hugely popular.
It's a good business model. It's shocking that libraries have hung in there in this country.
Oh, they'll be gone. In
I know.
the next
It's
4
like,
years.
yeah. What is next? Is like,
they're gonna go after libraries for sure.
well, that's something to look forward to.
He proposed creating a fire brigade in 1736.
Someone who spreads fire?
Yes. It was created just months later, and Ben helped create the first city hospital in the University of Pennsylvania. So he's
Wow.
like a
moving and
big
shaking.
Yeah, he's a big
He's a real
fucking
must.
shit around town. In 1736, young Frankie died of smallpox.
Which one was young Frankie?
The
kid.
The kid he and
The kid
Deborah
that he
had.
didn't know who the mom was.
From Ben's autobiography, which was years later. In 1736, I lost one of my sons, a fine boy of 4 years old, by the smallpox, taken in the common way. I long regretted bitterly, and still regret, that I had not given it to him by inoculation.
Yeah.
This I mentioned for the sake of parents who omit that operation on the supposition that they should never forgive themselves if a child die under it. My example showing that the regret may be the same either way, and that therefore the safer should be chosen. It's 2024.
I would argue that at this point, the child probably died from fluoride. And if you're going to give him a small dose of smallpox,
You can't even do it because you need to like gargle rocks.
It's hard. Oh, it has to be. It has to be harder to understand, I guess.
I will tell you.
It's so fucking.
The inoculation dose.
It's so fucking incredible that he had to eat a Big Mac.
Oh, so
Like,
good.
it's just like so.
The look on his face. He looked like Larry, like the way Larry David
Yeah.
looked, except he couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
Like that was a scene out of a Larry David show.
Robert, what do you want?
I might just have some.
Robert, we're getting Big Macs. He had to.
You need to now. What you're going to do? What's known as cucking yourself, Robert.
Air Forced fed.
Now between
And then the picture.
the
He
picture.
was probably like, well, it's probably
Can we not do the picture? Robert, Sam, your bitch. That was the greatest sign that he will not be there long because Trump is just gonna fuck with him.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so get vaccines is what we're saying here because I don't know if you listen to the Dollop, but all the kids dying at the beginning is because no vaccines.
Yeah.
So Ben was very big into science and doing his own experiments, and in 1743 he invented the Ben stove, which was a personal fireplace to solve the problem of heat going up the chimney. So it's basically one of those metal doohickeys that you see now, like the stove that heats, when you see them in a house.
Yep.
They burn wood and they keep the house warm. So he wrote a pamphlet to promote his invention, although he never patented it, which was the pamphlet was targeted at women who, quote, sat more in the house than men.
With your little brains.
You're in the house doing woman things.
But he never patented it.
Nope.
Strange.
In 1736, he became, and another guy made it better, and then that's kind of the model you see today. So in 1736, he became clerk of the Pennsylvania Assembly, which gets him more contracts to print votes and laws and paper money, etc.
Mm-hmm.
During debates that he found boring, he would amuse himself by creating magic squares, which was a math puzzle where every row, column, and diagonal adds up to the same number.
Isn't that the thing where you put it in your hand with your friends? You're like, pick a number. He was doing that sort of stuff.
Pink.
Okay. Now pick a symbol.
Square.
Okay. You're going to marry Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Oh my God!
Is he a pig?
Benjamin!
The assembly was in a constant disagreement with the proprietors of the state, who were the Penn family.
Okay.
So the Penns were given the land by the
It's
crown.
so funny that they were like, this is Pennsylvania.
You get this. Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, they were just people.
Yeah, they're just rich people.
Hmm.
So they got this big piece of land. And the Penns would appoint a governor to represent the crown,
Okay.
but the governor just does what the Penns want.
Sure.
So England has to approve new laws. And in the original charter, the Penns were exempt from paying taxes on their own land.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense, though.
So the assembly keeps passing bills to make them pay taxes.
But that's the difference.
But the governor would amend it to say, no, they don't.
There we go.
And they would go back and forth like this. And then finally the assembly would give up.
That's how we do it.
And in 1737, Ben was appointed postmaster in Philadelphia, which all great for his printing and newspaper business because he can send the newspapers out for free now.
Oh, okay.
You get like 10%.
So what is he?
You get 10% of whatever I don't know,
The cost?
whatever you charge people for mail.
Oh, okay.
And then you get to send stuff your own stuff for free.
Okay.
So it's a pretty fucking sweet deal.
Right.
So this greatly increases his circulation. And he came up with, he's the guy who came up with, we had asked this before on the pastimes. He's the guy who came up with the idea of printing the names of people in the paper who had letters waiting at the post office.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
that's his invention, but it's also
It's
like
the dumbest thing in the world.
like so obvious.
I'm Clark Franklin.
And now he also has a daughter, Sally. So William and Sally.
Okay.
In 1748, Ben gave up personally managing his printing business, but stays on as editor of the Gazette and Poor Richard.
Okay.
He said he wanted more peace, and he claims he was offered to serve as a member of the assembly, but his biographer Clark says we should take what he says with a grain of salt because Ben really liked to talk Ben up.
He did?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so easy to do then, too.
Yeah. Oh, fuck
like
yeah.
if you're him.
Yeah.
This guy was unbelievable. Hair for days. Beautiful hair.
So scientist Peter Collison introduced Ben Franklin to the concept of electricity.
Now, okay, this is very funny.
And Ben starts doing his own experiments.
But the concept, it was just a pie in the sky dream.
It's been around for a little while. It was discovered in the late 16th century. But the difference is in the 18th century, creating electricity has become a form of entertainment.
Oh, wow.
So German Matthias Bose held a dinner parties, and the objects on the table would burst into flames because he would electrify them.
Mm-hmm.
And he told his students to go talk to an attractive young woman at the university, but when they touched her hand, they got an electric shock.
This is all very strange.
So it's all just like,
so
it's
what
all
was she? She was holding something?
It's pranks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So electricity was used for
something.
pranks.
Yeah.
Okay.
A French scientist had 148 French guards hold hands, and then on either side, the men would grab an electrical wire, and then they would all get shocked.
I'm not going to lie. My cousin and I did this on his little sister.
Yeah.
We went down, we were like walking by a horse farm, and we were like, hold our hands. And then he grabbed the electrified fence, and we all got it pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did that.
It was fun.
Yeah, those electric fences are gnarly.
No joke.
Yeah. So after that, it was tried. Now I saw two numbers. 200 monks is in this, but I also saw 700, but there's a lot of exaggerations about Ben Franklin. So I bet it's 200. So they did it with 200 monks after that. So then they all got shocked.
Oh.
Why are we
Not so
doing this?
silent now, are you, motherfucker?
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make bread
Shut up.
and worship the Lord.
Now, quiet.
Hold this. Ah!
Their robes. Oh.
So Ben spent about 10 years messing around with electricity, and Atlas Obscura called, quote, a bona fide electricity weirdo.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm an electrical weirdo.
Hello.
Yeah. That's a Rolling Stones album.
He enjoyed showing his friends how a candle just snuffed out, quote, could be relit by causing a spark to pass through the smoke between the wire and the snuffers.
I plan on using it for birthdays. It will be hilarious.
He also, this is amazing, he created a counterfeit spider made of a small piece of burnt cork with legs of linen thread and a grain or two of lead stuck in to give it more weight. And then he hung it over the table at a dinner party and used electricity to repulse and attract the spider, which would be flying around. So it looks like a real spider on a web.
It's just insane.
Whee!
Oh, to fall for that.
How-
Oh my God.
You should have been at Ben's party. He made a fake spider.
Oh, and a couple people died.
He also had friends perform an electrical kiss
Oh my God. What is going on?
using conductors and insulators. So, quote, when their lips approach, they will be struck and shocked.
I love electricity.
Holy fuck, you're a terrible friend.
Come on now. Oh, spider.
Hey, Ben, have you thought about making a pig?
Yes.
Well, hold on. That when you eat it, shocks you.
Don't touch me.
Come on.
Get away from me.
What about this?
Go back under the bridge. We'll
A
put you under.
self-cooking pig.
You shouldn't be around anymore.
Whenever you lay with it, it cooks.
Stop talking.
Think about it.
Nobody likes you.
Make me electrical and I'll cook it with my
There's
Wiener
a reason
Schnitzel.
you
Come
have
on.
no friends and
I have
you
a
live
lot of friends.
outside of
I
town.
am king of pigs.
You live in a pig wallow outside of town.
It's
No-
not a pig wallow. It's a pig palace.
It's just mud.
It's a palace for us pigs.
You're not a pig.
I changed my identification to part pig.
Is that why you have the pigtail attached? By the way, that thing is dead.
And in the front.
Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Get the fuck out of here.
I have my penis tailed. What do you want now?
Nothing.
All right, so make it so that if I put it in a pig, it cooks it.
Go.
And then I'll eat it while doing what I
Go.
do.
We're going to shoot you.
I would really think twice about that. Good luck getting a society to move on without this guy.
Ben also would coin the words positive, negative, and battery.
Okay. Wow.
In April 1749, he held an electric feast on the banks of the river. Quote, cocktail hour would feature flaming shots sparked by a current that was passed through the river from a battery on the other side.
He's like a pyromaniac, but
He's-
with electricity.
Yeah, he's totally
He's
going.
fully just doing like shows.
Yes.
Drinks are electric.
Yes.
Okay.
The turkey was killed by electric shock.
Oh, that's cool.
Zapped before the barbecue, and Ben said a well-shocked turkey was, quote, uncommonly tender.
You know what other...
Nope.
Okay.
He also had
Did
glass.
you think I'd be involved in this so much today?
No.
Okay.
Nobody did.
You know me neither.
He also had glasses that shocked the people when they drank from them.
I thought you meant his, okay.
Oh, fun!
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Great, Ben.
Ben and his colleagues were also looking into practical applications of electricity. They wanted to see
So funny.
what bigger electrical shocks would do, and Ben created an electrical battery made of panes of glass, lead plates, silk cords, and lead wire, and it could kill a chicken outright.
I like that he's, well, what will it do?
This'll kill a chicken.
Well, we said practical.
Although a turkey was, quote, merely stunned and recovered in 15 minutes.
Cool.
But 5 battery jars would kill the turkey.
Oh, cool.
Ben noticed it was much quicker and more humane death than other execution methods.
Says who?
Says the turkey.
So no.
His experiments became famous in part because of their simplicity.
Sure.
Lord Brougham, quote, he would make an experiment with less apparatus and with more ordinary materials than any other philosopher we ever saw. With an old key, a silk thread, some sealing wax, and a sheet of paper, he discovered the identity of lightning and electricity. And then Ben was also able to write in a way that just made everybody understand what, right? Because a lot of science is like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking
Yeah,
about,
right.
but he could do that. And everyone's pretty blasé about the danger of electricity.
Sure. Even
you
after
know.
seeing a turkey get killed by it?
Ben almost killed himself twice.
Oh, wow.
Once he was demonstrating to a group, I think he was shocking a turkey, and he knocked himself out. And when he came to, he started to do the demonstration, and everyone's like, "No, you already did it." But he
I
didn't.
know, I got to do it.
he
For
didn't- he
Let me
didn't
do it for you.
He didn't believe him.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Let me do it once.
Oh, here it is. On Christmas Day, 1750, while killing a turkey with electricity, he accidentally shocked himself. Quote, the company present say that the flash was very great and the crack as loud as a pistol yet.
It's so funny to imagine him fly across wherever they're doing it. And they're like, oh my God, Ben Franklin's dead. And then he gets up and he's like, now to shock a turkey. Ben, are you doing a bit? Ben, are you doing a bit? You just did this.
My senses instantly gone. I neither saw the one nor heard the other, nor did I feel the stroke on my hand, though afterwards I found it raised a round swelling where the fire entered as big as half a pistol bullet.
Okay.
So he's not too concerned about experimenting on others either. Quote, too great a charge might indeed kill a man, but I have not yet seen any hurt done by it. You
Okay,
just said you have a pistol bullet hole.
No, that was that was a dream.
In the early 18th century, it was noted that lightning and electricity had the same qualities, but no one had created an experiment to test the theory. Ben noticed bigger sparks of electricity looked like lightning, and the crack sound was like thunder. And he speculated that this weather phenomenon was like the experiments they did, but on a grander scale.
There's something to this.
In 1750, his friend Peter Collinson printed Ben's electricity work in a pamphlet titled Experiments and Observations on Electricity Made at Philadelphia in America by Benjamin Franklin, and communicated in several letters to Mr. P. Collinson of London.
So
I like how he put himself in there.
Just honestly,
He wrote me these letters.
It's called Electric Ben, a series of letters.
It describes his early experiments, stated lightning was an electrical phenomenon, and also described a lightning rod to protect buildings. It's a bestseller. It's translated into French. French scientists demonstrate the experiments to the king, who orders lightning rods put up across Paris.
Odds of menzem, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oui, oui.
Huh?
Huh?
Your Highness, I've come quite a distance to request that my front tail be turned into a lightning rod.
I would like you to leave.
Hold on.
The palace.
Hold on.
I would
Hold on. Do you like pig?
Did
you like...
I don't know how we got together. Just the two of us.
I came quite a distance. Don't sit there trying to make sense of what's happening.
It does not feel proper.
It's possible. Anything's possible if you believe.
Am I dead?
No, we're both very much alive.
Am I in like a pig hell?
No. The odor, is that what you're commenting on? Or the skin that's stapled to me?
It's very bad.
I've become a pig man.
I need to go.
Okay, but listen. I've come a long way.
If I am dead, I would like to...
You're not dead. Stop saying that.
How am I alone with you?
Stop saying that you're dead. You're not dead.
I am...
Your life could be about to start.
I am the king. There's so many people around me.
That's very true. But I snuck in and killed a couple of your guys.
Okay.
Because I want to talk.
I would like not to talk.
Okay. Well, look.
How you say...
no, please, hold on. Let me finish.
How you say
please.
The creep?
Let me finish.
Uh-huh.
My life took a very interesting turn.
Yes.
Okay? I decided to not eat meat for 6 weeks.
Okay.
And this is what happened to me.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm like a walking testimonial for eat meat.
It's
I'm a pig.
None of my business.
Now I'm a pig.
Not
pig.
my concern.
Okay. All right. But listen.
I don't want you near me.
Hey, come on. Stop that. I want to be your queen. Come on.
I have a queen.
Well, you can have two.
She is a woman.
Okay.
You are a dirty pigman.
I am a dirty pigman. That's fair.
And I want you to die.
Well, I've got good news.
Yeah.
I am not going to live much longer.
Okay.
I've made some very strange choices.
Okay.
Do you know what inoculation is?
I need to go.
I've done it with bacon fat to try to make sure that I can't become human again. Now, what that did was that made my blood very sick.
I need you.
My blood is very sick.
I'm begging you.
Are you French?
A little bit Italian.
You're getting a bit change here.
Please go.
Okay. Oh, I thought we were done. I thought I'd already gone.
So Ben isn't just an electricity. He's invented a few things. He's always inventing shit. His brother John suffered from kidney stones, and seeing how much pain he was in from the catheter, Ben created a modified catheter, which was slimmer with 2 holes, so the pee would go out easier, and it was flexible with hinges.
Fuck me.
Slimmer,
I mean, just fuck me.
Not as hard to jam up the old hoo-hoo.
Now, I apologize for the hinges.
I mean, what were they doing before? Like,
they were
let's
just
keep
taking
this baby fat.
a lead rod down there, and they're like, how's that feel? You're like, I would rather die.
I mean, maybe it was because the thicker it was, the better the flow was. But since he made 2 holes, that it came out fast. I don't know.
Well, probably they were probably like, but I mean, if you're putting a rod down a penis, It's like, don't do that. It's like if you're putting a rod down a penis, how is, I guess it's just breaking up from the rod and then it's kind of stop it. And then it's kind of just shooting out. Okay. Never mind. No more questions. That must be what it is.
I was winking, by the way, and Gareth is not responding the way a man should.
Nope.
In June 1752, Ben thought that if he used a kite, he could, quote, have a readier and better access to the regions of thunder. When a thunderstorm approached, he went out with his adult son, quote, he observed, this is William, he observed some loose threads of the hempen string to stand erect and to avoid one another, just as if they had been suspended on a common conductor. And he presented his knuckle to the key, and the discovery was complete. He perceived a very evident electric spark. So the little hairs stood up. His little hairy knuckle. He wrote of the experiment in his paper in October, but didn't say that he was the one who conducted it.
Oh, because he wanted impartiality?
No, Ben loved to talk himself up.
So why would he not say he did it?
It might suggest that he didn't actually do the experiment himself and then later put himself in the story.
Oh, that.
Ben installed the lightning rod on his property along with bells so it would ring when electrified. He continued experiments. In 1753, Harvard awarded Ben an honorary degree, and Yale did the same 2 months later. And in November, he was awarded the Royal Society's Copley Medal in Britain, even though he wasn't a member. This all, of course, helps make him even more famous and respected, which would lead, obviously, to his presidency. And that is the end of part 1.
Oh, man. You can start to see the presidency forming.
Research by...
I did the research on this one.
The wonderful Charlotte George. Gareth had absolutely nothing to do with it.
Charlotte and I worked night and day on this one. And we're proud of what we got. We got some good stuff.
Some of it's from the autobiography of Benjamin Franklin by Benjamin Franklin.
BYE.
Benjamin Franklin, a biography by Ronald Clark. The Benjamin Franklin House Museum, Reuters, archives.gov. There's some Ben stuff in there. That comes later.
Sure does, yeah. The second part, you're going to lose it.
Atlas Obscura, shocking scenes from Benjamin Franklin's experimental electrical parties. That comes later. That comes later. Later.
Yeah, a lot of this comes later.
Yeah, and then phillymagazine.com, Benjamin Franklin facts.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
That's
FAX.
part 1. There's going to be
one. There's going to be another part.
3.
There's going to be 2 more parts. Yep. So we're looking forward to doing that. And we hope you guys learned a lot. We've kind of been trying to get this one out for a while. And so we're happy to start it. But I think I speak for Dave and for Charlotte, who did the research. You're not going to believe where this story goes. This story goes some places. But until next time, all right, good stuff.